Hey team, it's been silence. It's been a while since I jumped on here and chopped it up with you on a one-on-one. Am I going delirious? This probably, I don't know if you're tired. I'm almost tired of posting about Black Friday. You're probably tired of hearing about it and all the other Black Friday stuff that's happening, but we spent a ton of time on this campaign. I'm just gonna share open thoughts with you here and try to keep this relatively short. I will keep it short. I don't really have a ton to say. Hopefully I can offer you some value if you're sitting here with me, but I think that in any cases in life, you get out what you put in. Now, I have no idea what's gonna come back from this Black Friday. It's almost like business is almost like this, what's the word? Not giant. I can't think of the word. Giant leap of faith. Like, you run ads and you have no idea if they're gonna work. At least for this, in our case so far, they've failed miserably. Although we did, in large part, I have committed to getting better and learning and experimenting, but that's a leap of faith, right? Like, you just hope that you have what you can put together and get something out of it. Otherwise, it's a big waste of time and money. When we do a promotion, it's funny, Dorothy and I had this conversation that sometimes we have our whole year planned in advance for our promos. And some, which is amazing for us, because I used to be like last minute, oh my gosh, we gotta do a promo, throw something together. But we have spent so many hours on this Black Friday promo. So many hours, like going over numbers and packages and landing pages and email campaigns, text, like it's endless. And we stopped most things. Nick is behind on everything because he's put in so much effort into trying to get this promo up and running. And you don't know. I have no idea how it's going to turn out. We could have wasted a bunch of time and effort in employees' time. But the thing is, like, you could do well with one promo and then you do another one that's similar at the same time of year and it's a flop. You don't know. I think there has to be this unwavering form of belief in yourself that you can make it work. And I'm just fortunate that I have that. I've failed so many times, but that comes from my days playing baseball. That's all, you always fail. Like, you fail 7 times out of 10 and you're one of the best players on the team. That's it, 300 batting average. That's just how it works. I'm so conditioned to fail. It makes me a little emotional. Like, I'm a giant failure. But it's true. Like, we actually ran 2 campaigns prior to recently, the last couple campaigns that we ran, that failed. And it's hard on us. Like, it's hard on me emotionally. It is. I'm just being honest with you guys. I'm not asking for anything in return. I'm just sharing with you guys. It's hard to run a business. It really is. And you don't have guarantees. You don't have a guaranteed paycheck. You don't have a guaranteed customers, sales, like all of that like weighs heavily on my shoulders at times because I have a family to support. And I'm sure many of you can resonate in different ways, but we put so much time. I guess my point is when we put it, and like we so much time into this Black Friday offer. But you know what I'm proud of and what I'm trying to hold on to, regardless of what comes back in sales, is that I've put everything out there. I could not possibly put in more effort that I can think of right now. Maybe, I don't know. But I'm proud of the effort that I put in, and I bring that back to my playing days because I worked hard. Like, I wasn't very good. I wasn't like physically gifted in any way. I worked for everything I had. And in most cases, I was hardly good enough to be where I was at. So I had to put in the time and effort. I was the first one to show up at practice. I was the last one to leave. I was in the batting cages when other people were like my teammates were sleeping in. I was there on days off, weekends. I was always there because I knew I didn't feel like I was good enough to get to the next level. But I bring that work ethic to business, and that's the only reason we've been here. We shouldn't be here. Like, we shouldn't be here. If you look at the experience, the lack of schooling, the lack of knowledge, that I've had throughout my life and business. Like, we shouldn't be here, like, as successful, and we struggle too at times, but as successful as we have become, one of our main goals was getting Dorothy out of teaching so she could be at home with our little guy, and we've done that. There's a beach right there. Like, we live the life of our dreams. That's it. And if you look at all the cards that were stacked against us, we shouldn't be here. But we're here, and we keep pushing forward, and I refuse to quit. And I think that my message to you today is, it doesn't matter what's going on in your life. Like, it really doesn't. Like, this is just me being a little bit maybe harder core for seemingly the rest of the world who lives in this very soft bubble where comedians can't even make jokes anymore. But nothing matters except the end result. You could make up any excuse of why you can't get your workouts in. You can make up any excuse about why this program isn't perfect for you, why you're not able to meal plan or you don't like the food. Put it all aside. Because none of it matters. What matters is, are you going to show up for yourself and for those that matter, for you to be the best version of yourself? And I don't see a best version without eating properly or without exercising. I don't have that. And I'd be hard pressed to find someone that has a better version without it of themselves. And I don't care who it is. But that's my words for you. I like the Jays series. And I'm also a Dodger fan, if you guys didn't know. We lived in LA for years. We went to a bunch of games. But I like the blue collar. Like, I felt like that's who I've always been, like the underdog, blue collar. The Dodgers have Mookie, and they have Ohtani, and they have, what's his name? A pitcher they paid $300 million to. They've got all of Japan backing them. And then you have these nobodies from the Jays, and I feel like they played better. But I also feel like they made too big of mistakes at the wrong time to win that series. I don't think the Dodgers played well at all, but I think that also has to do with how well the Blue Jays pitched. Anyways, maybe that's a side tangent. I just think, you could be the underdog. You could be the person sitting there right now that always feels like the cards are stacked against you. But defy the odds. Defy the odds. And be the one that is different. And push everything else aside. And make it work. Make it happen. Show up. No matter what. Day after day. And then you can be proud of what doesn't, push the results aside. If I were to look at the effort that I put in, it's really hard to separate the result. I understand, but if you can separate the result and focus on the effort, you can be proud of whatever happens. But you have to show up. You get your workouts in. You get your meal prep. And it's not a lot that we ask for you to do. It's just a lot for those that consider not doing any of that. I have a new idea that I'm putting together for our school group in particular that I'll share shortly, but I think it's going to be exciting. The mini group calls I think they're going really well. You guys have to be responsible for yourself. I can't make you show up. I can't make times for you to work. We've tried a number of different times, and the more times or the more variations we offer, we don't get more people. We just get more excuses of why that doesn't work for an individual. And I know the word excuse is a trigger. It's not my intention, but you got to show up. You got to put in the work. I think the group calls are magic. You get a chance to connect. You get accountability. You get guidance. You get direction. You got to be there. Find a way. Arrange your schedules. I think they're going really well. And then I think we have a new opportunity here, a new idea to help everyone improve in a lot of different ways. So we'll share that with you soon. Otherwise, thanks for being here. That was a bit more. Maybe I got some emotions held in tight. That was more emotional than I was expecting, but I never know what's coming out when I sit down here. Thank you for being here with us, and let's keep rocking it. Let's grow together. Let's make waves. Let's make big things happen together, individually. We all have the opportunity to be who Be who you want to be. Do have. I believe that to my core. But I do also believe it takes time, effort, consistency, and sacrifice. Have a great day.